Hey guys, welcome back to Changing with the Tides. Today we're going to be talking about why raising awareness is important.
It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day. It's my lucky day.
Okay, so the other day my friend Erin and I were FaceTiming and we were talking about the importance of raising awareness and why people everywhere should do it, no matter what it's about. Whether it's about a disease, a plant you're passionate about that you're growing, or the way that you cook and bake. Anything, just anything you are passionate about, go out there and tell the world about it. So, she told me about this quote that I've never heard, or I've heard, but I haven't heard it in a very long time. And the quote goes, "Be fearless in the pursuit of what sets your soul on fire." And setting your soul on fire is such an invigorating feeling and something that many people don't take advantage of. You see people posting about on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere about how different their life is compared to the way it was many months ago, or how awesome their life is during this quarantine. You don't see people posting so much about things they're passionate about, and that is such a huge thing that will make you feel so much better in the long run. And many people that I'm friends with and I follow, and my family members, and just people I know throughout my circle of friends, they don't take advantage of doing what they love. And one of my friends that I've actually had on here before, Jacqueline, she inspires me all the time because she's always posting about how different workout videos, and she took this time to where she would have been opening up her new studio to start doing online Zoom classes and doing online personal training sessions. And that is such an awesome thing, because the fact that she can do that now is like just awesome, because Zoom wasn't around like 5 or 10 years ago. Like there was FaceTime, but FaceTime was still kind of coming up in the world. So there wasn't like that being able to communicate through different platforms. And that is such an awesome feeling. So raising awareness about anything can be important to anyone. That feeling of putting information out there and maybe letting someone else learn something new is so awesome. So now I'm going to talk about why I raise awareness and what I raise awareness for. So the reason I raise awareness is because honestly, I'm passionate about so much stuff, but the two most important things I'm passionate about and feel like not enough people in the world know about are the two diseases in my life. And one of them is one that I thought I had for many years, and that's called Charcot-Marie-Tooth Disease. And that is a rare disease, but like some people, you'll see like random people out in the world know about it. And it's just, I love talking about and sharing about my experiences with having CMT and meeting such amazing people and getting these new experiences. I love sharing about it and just telling people about it and getting to share about different experiences that I've had. Like last week, I went live on Facebook through the CMTA's Facebook page, and that would have never happened had I not put myself out there and shared what I loved so much about that community. So that is why I spread awareness about CMT. Now I'm going to talk about why I spread awareness about mitochondrial diseases and what made me do it. So when I was first found out I had a mitochondrial disease, like probably we're coming up on 2 years now, I was very like, what? Like, what is a mitochondrial disease? I've never even heard of that. Like, the mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. How can it be a disease too? And I was very just like, what? Like confused, and just didn't know how to react to that information that I had now had this really strange disease. So I kind of just like sat with it for a minute, and then eventually I started putting myself out there and joining Facebook groups and things like that. And that is how I met a couple different friends. And honestly, without these two diseases, I wouldn't have most of my friends that I have today. And like, they are my best friends. Like, I talk to them on the daily, most of them. And it's so special to me to be able to have that feeling of me putting myself out there and spreading awareness about the things that I care about, to now having these friendships that are going to last a lifetime. And people everywhere should start posting about the things that they care about. Like I said earlier, it can be about growing this plant or this new Netflix show that you watched. Chances are there's, like, name a show, and I'm sure there's a group on Facebook you can join to go talk about the show and gossip about it. Because, like, there are hundreds and hundreds of groups on Facebook. I am sure there is one for the show that you're watching or the food that you're making and are confused about the recipe. I'm sure there is a group. Or you can even, like, Google it. Like, Google has come a long way. So yesterday was a day that I've never heard of before, but yesterday I learned about it. And it's called Global Accessibility Awareness Day. And it's a day dedicated to raising awareness about people who live with disabilities, whether that be someone who has autism or someone who lives in a wheelchair like I do. It's a day where you post about, or most people post about, living with a chronic illness. And that is so awesome. Like, or not only chronic illness, any illness. And it was so awesome to get to share a piece of my story that many people didn't know about me. And it's just such an underrated feeling to be able to share that information and be able to tell people, hey, I went through this, and yeah, it kind of sucks sometimes, but at the end of the day, I'm super blessed to have this rare disease that I get to share about and tell people about, and many people don't even know about it, and that's okay, but now you do, and you should go tell someone else about it. So that is the awesome thing about that. And yesterday when I posted for Global Awareness Day, which, mind you, I didn't figure out it was yesterday until like 10 o'clock last night when I was getting ready for bed. So I was like, oh, look at that, I should go post on the gram. So I did, and I shared my story, or shared a little bit about my story, about how when I was 6 and was first diagnosed with CMT, I didn't know, I kind of like was wondering what my future would hold. Would I be quote unquote normal? Would I be in a wheelchair by the time I was 30 or not? And I was like, hey, look at me today. Like, I'm 23, I'm in a wheelchair, yes, but I can still somewhat walk and have gone through so much crap, and that's okay. Like, everyone's life is a different kind of normal, and that is okay. People out there are very quick to assume that because you're in a wheelchair, you struggle a little bit more than your average person. And that somewhat may be true in some instances, but in many and most instances, that is not the case. It is so important to share about what you're passionate about and be able to tell the world about what you care about and what you want them to know about you. So you don't really have a purpose in life unless you can share some information that you care about and put it out into the world. So for me, just because I live in a wheelchair should not make people who see me out in the world make them assume that I am struggling, or come up to me and say things like, I'm sorry you're in a wheelchair. Like, just because I'm in a wheelchair, that shouldn't make me seem like I'm struggling more, because I'm not. And chances are, when you see me in public, it's because I'm out and I want to go for a walk, or I'm at Target with my family, which, keep in mind, hasn't happened in a long time. But that's okay. Like, people just need to start sharing more information about what they care about, because you, as a person, I'm sure there's something you can be sharing about and telling people about. And I'm sure when you share that information, there may be one or two people who may not have known that about you, and will then go and share that information with someone else. And that is what's the beauty of social media and different things like that, because people get so caught up in the news and the drama in the world today. And don't get me wrong, that's not like it's so scary what's going on in the world right now. But just try not to get caught up in that, and get caught up in the fact that people are sharing what they care about and what they want to post about, and that's okay. Like, that is awesome. Like, they're doing them, and that is great. So thank you for tuning in today, guys, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys. Love you. Mwah.
It's my lucky day.